Hello, welcome to City Yoga. My name is Luke, and this will be a 50-minute slow flow yoga practice. So we're going to go ahead and start off seated towards the front of your mat. Just make sure if you want to use a block, you've got it nearby, and anything else you may want to use, like an extra towel to help pad your knees, or a towel to use as a strap, or an actual belt or a rope tie. Keep that nearby as well. So just begin by cupping both your hands around your knees. Try to ground through the tailbone, lengthen through your spine, so we're sitting up nice and tall. And just gently roll your shoulders up towards your ears, and allow your shoulders to slide down towards your back body. Just maintain that length through your spine. Start to engage your belly. And as you breathe in, draw the shoulder blades together, lifting the chest up towards the ceiling. And as you breathe out, draw the chin towards the chest. Start to round your back and shift back towards your tailbone. We're just going to flow through those two movements, lengthening, lifting as you breathe in, and then rounding back as you breathe out. So just continue to channel the breath in and out through your nostrils. And begin to deepen your inhale, maybe adding a little pause as you lift towards the top. And on the exhale, maybe you can shift back a little bit further, widening our shoulders, shifting to your tailbone. Again, breathing in, bring the shoulder blades together, and breathing out, widening the shoulders away from each other. So nice deep breaths going in, long extended breaths coming out. And the next time you inhale, we're going to take a slight pause, soften the shoulders, and just stay upright as you exhale. And start to circle anti-clockwise, rolling your chest and pressing it through, shifting back to your tailbone and lengthening your arms, linking your movement and your breath. So as you breathe in, rounding forward. As you breathe out, rocking back, maybe pushing the knees away as you do so. You're going to pause and circle in the opposite direction. So inhaling your way forward, leading with your chest, and exhaling to round back, shifting onto your tailbone. Just bring yourselves back into a neutral position and just place the other foot in front. So we're going to switch legs, remaining in a cross-legged position. You're going to extend the left fingertips out to the sides. You can stay on your fingers or you can press the palm down. I'm going to draw the right arm up and back. Take an inhale as you expand and draw the chest open. On the exhale, bring that right arm over your ear. And just keep spiraling the right rib cage open. And slowly come undone. You're going to switch sides. Take your left arm up, right arm down. So maybe you've got more space where you are. Draw that left shoulder back and then take it over your ear. And if you want to go deeper and you have space, you can soften the right elbow towards the floor for a deeper stretch. Spiral the ribcage towards the ceiling. And slowly come undone. And we'll draw both hands behind the back. Drawing our fingertips into the mat, bringing our shoulders down towards our hips. So once again, lengthening your spine, retracting the shoulders, lifting the heart as we breathe in. And just pressing your palms into the mat as you breathe out. Just very gently start to shift your weight side to side. So your finger pads press into your mat. As you soften the elbows, leaning to one side, and soften the elbow, leaning to the other. And just gradually bring yourselves back to stillness again. We'll draw the hands back alongside the body. Inhale the hands towards the ceiling. Plug the shoulders down into your back pockets. Exhale your hands back to heart center. Reach forward as you breathe in, drawing your hands back up towards the ceiling. Release the hands down as you breathe out, drawing your hands back alongside the body. Once again, inhale the arms up, peel the shoulder blades together. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Reach forward as you breathe in, drawing the hands back up towards the ceiling. We're going to pause here and just goalpost the hands, soften the shoulders, holding here. And then bring our hands back to heart center. I'm going to pause for a moment, peel the shoulders down and back, bowing the head slightly, exhaling out. And take a nice big inhale through your nose, hold the breath, and side out. Take one more big inhale through the nose. Hold your breath and soften the shoulders and sip in just a little bit more. And side out. And from here, we're going to transition out of this pose. We're going to remain seated. We're going to bend the knees and bring our feet out in front of us. And take and cross that right foot over the left knee. So beginning to open up through that right hip here. And if you want to add intensity, that left foot can come closer, or the hands can come closer, and you get a deeper, more intense stretch. Flexing that right foot if you can, peeling our shoulders back, and begin to press your chest forward. So even though we're pressing and active through the hands, you want to be active through that right leg as well. So let your right knee push away from the body and press open. If you need to back off, you can create a little bit more space between that left heel and your glute. Maybe walk the hands back. It's whatever's in your practice. And slowly come undone. And we'll switch and change. We're going to place the left foot over the right. Once again, it's up to yourselves of how intense you want this pose to be. The more upright you are, the more intense it's going to be. So flex that left foot, press the knee away from the body. Open the chest towards the ceiling if you want a little bit more intensity again. And slowly come undone. So keeping both feet grounded, just cup the hands back around the knees, engage the belly. Inhale the shoulders down into your back body. Exhale, rounding through. Just one more time. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down to your mat. Place your hands alongside the body. And start to bring the feet in. So we're keeping the feet flat, just about hip distance apart. We're going to press our palms into our mats. Draw the tailbone into your mat, engaging your belly. On your next inhale, lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, raising the hips again. And exhale, lower. And take your biggest inhale as you press the hips up. We're going to pause, engage the glutes, engage the belly. And slowly releasing down. Extend the legs out. Then draw your arms overhead and just start to lengthen from top to toe. Point your toes, spread your fingers, engage the belly. And take a hold of your left wrist and start to pull it over towards that right side. And just start to shuffle the feet more to the right. And if you want a deeper stretch, you can extend that left thigh on top of the right thigh. And then point your nose, tuck your chin, point the fingers and the toes towards the right side. I'm going to release back through the center, release the legs, shuffle the legs over towards the left, switch wrists. So now you're taking that right wrist in your left hand, and you're going to draw it over towards the left side. Maybe that right thigh stacks on top of the left. I'm going to release back through the center, and bring both knees in towards the chest. And try to press your thighs closer together, bring your belly in, and then slowly start to circle the knees. Rolling the knees in one direction, and then going in the opposite direction. And draw the right knee in, extend the left leg out. I'm going to flex the right foot, release the left hand, and draw the right knee open, just allowing the hip to open out towards the side. For more intensity, we can start to draw the right knee up towards the shoulder. Just being aware of your breath coming in through the nose and out through the nose. Draw the right knee to the center, placing it into your left hand. Extend the right arm out to the side and bring your right knee across the body. We're going to try to keep that right shoulder grounded as we turn our gaze to look right. And draw that right knee back to the center and extend the leg towards the ceiling, cupping the hands to the back of the knees, flexing the foot, spreading the toes. Bring the knee in, flex the foot, and press the heel up. Just once more, drawing the knee in, flexing the foot, and then pressing the heel up. Keep the shoulders grounded as you start to draw that right leg in, keep the leg as straight as we can. And an option here to slide the hands further towards the calf. You can keep your shoulders grounded, you can bring the belly and extend the hands forward. Maybe even float the left heel and just hold. If you're in a little bit more core, take the hands towards the ceiling. Bring the shoulders off the mat and holding. And finally extending the hands outside that right leg, maybe interlacing the fingers. Holding here for 3, 2, and on 1, we're going to release back down. Extend the arms overhead, release the right foot towards the floor. Lengthen as you breathe in. Engage the belly. Bring the left knee in as you exhale. I'm going to draw that left knee in towards the chest. I'm going to release the right hand, flex the left foot, and draw the left knee open. So just open the left knee out to the side and try to keep your right hip and your right heel grounded. So maybe the right hip comes up, but try to keep the heel grounded. You can even use your right hand to keep that right leg from lifting. Draw your left knee back to the center, place it into your right hand. Extend the left hand to the side and bring the left knee across the body, turning our gaze to look over the left shoulder. As you come back to the center, draw the hands to the back of that left leg. Press the leg towards the ceiling, keeping the leg straight, spreading our toes. We're going to draw the knee in, bending the knee again, and extend it back up. And just once more, bring the knee in towards the chest, extend the leg, and push the heel up towards the ceiling, spreading the toes, curling them in towards the shin. We're going to slowly guide that straight leg in towards us for a nice deep stretch. And staying here, we're drawing the hands up towards the calf, maybe bringing the shoulders and the head off the floor, maybe floating that right heel and releasing the hands. And then reaching up, seeing if you can keep the shoulders off the mat. And then reaching to the outside of that left leg. Option here to interlace the fingers and hold. 3, 2, and 1. Just slowly come undone. Bend both knees in towards the chest. Cup the hands on top of the knees. Bring the soles of the feet together. Engage the belly. Draw the thighs inward towards each other. Pull the knees in towards the chest. And then press the knees open and away from the chest. So as you inhale, draw the knees together, bringing them in. Exhale, pressing out. Once more, inhaling and exhaling. And as the thighs come back together and the knees move back to the chest, slide your hands to the back of the knees and start to rock back and forth. Maybe all the way up to a seated position, or just halfway up. We're going to our back and rocking up to the seat. And eventually we're going to come all the way up to seated. We're actually going to go ahead and transition up through our seated position and right into tabletop. So placing your hands underneath your shoulders, spread the fingers nice and wide, and bring the shoulders above your wrists. I'm going to let the shoulders soften back away from the ears, like we're trying to lengthen through the neck. Spin the elbows in towards the ribs, like just imagine your hands are opening a giant jar. So the elbows turn in. I'm going to engage the belly, claw them out with our fingers, lower the belly and gaze forward as you inhale, and then round the back as you exhale, pushing away from your mat. Inhale, dropping the belly, exhale, rounding the back. Again, inhale, and exhale. And we come back into neutral position. Float the right leg back, flex the foot, gaze down. Soften the shoulders back, engage the belly, and anchor through that right hand as your left hand reaches forward. Take a big inhale here. On the exhale, come undone. You're going to switch sides, extend the left leg, flex the foot, dial the toes down, extend the right hand forward. Peel the shoulders back as you breathe in, and release everything back down. And start to claw the mat with the fingers again, draw the belly in, shift back into your child's pose. Transition back up into tabletop. Extend the right leg behind you, flex the foot, and then slowly begin to open that right knee towards the ceiling. I'm going to pause here, roll the ankle, and then roll it in the other direction. And then draw that right knee down, press the right heel back, soften the shoulders away from the ears. Extend the left hand, and draw it out to the side. And the options to stay here, you can put a bend in that right knee, reach back for the foot if it's in your practice. Just try to spiral the chest open. Wait for 3, breathing 2, and 1, start to lengthen, and then come undone. And switching sides, left leg extends behind you, curl the toes in, bring the leg up, and start to bend the knee, opening your hip towards the ceiling, pause here, roll the ankle in one direction. And slowly rolling the ankle in the opposite direction. And square the hips back off, extend the left leg back, gaze down, and draw the right hand forward. Take the right arm out to the side. Option here to bend the knee, reach back for that left foot, and spiral the chest open. And inhale, reach. And exhale, come undone. So we're going to widen the knees. Bring our toes together, sink back into your child's pose. And just allow your elbows to come down, bring your fingertips together in a prayer position, and take the thumbs to the base of the neck, allowing your fingers to point up towards the ceiling, pushing your belly back between the thighs, maybe shifting the elbows forward slightly further, drawing the shoulders back. Releasing the hands back down. We're going to come back up into the tabletop, shifting to your hands and knees. Bring the knees in line with the hips again. Separate the feet. You start to turn the fingers back towards you. So you might not be able to turn them all the way. Maybe they just turn out to the side. So just turn them as far back towards you as you can. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. And just start to circle the hips slowly in one direction. Pause and go in the other direction. As you find stillness again, flip both of your palms over so the palms are facing up, fingers are still facing towards you. Melt the shoulders back from your ears and press the weight back towards your hips, back towards your heels. As you shift forward, come back to neutral. So plant the hands back in a more neutral position. Go ahead and tuck the toes here, lower the belly, and then rounding the back. Start to push away from the mat, lifting your knees, and then pressing the hips towards the ceiling, moving into your first down dog of the day. So thumbs are facing each other, arms are nice and long. If down dog gets tiring and your shoulders need a break, feel free to come down to your knees. Find child's pose, shifting the hips towards the heels, or another alternative for down dog is to come to tabletop, but walk the hands forward and sink the chest back. So if you're in a down dog, you're going to start to slowly pedal the feet out, allowing the hips to shift from side to side, lengthening and straightening the legs. And eventually coming back to stillness again. Just walk your hands all the way back towards the feet. So we're going to meet at the back of the mat. Find yourselves in a gentle forward fold. Keep the knees soft, allowing your head to feel heavy as it hangs towards the floor. Soften the knees, make fists. As you breathe in, roll the wrists in one direction. As you breathe out, roll the wrists in the opposite direction. And finally, reach around and grab opposite elbows. Keep the knees soft, draping the belly over the thighs, gently rocking or swaying side to side like a rag doll. Let's come back to stillness, release the hands, slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time till we come all the way up to standing. Bring our shoulders down into your back body. We'll just go ahead and bring the hands to the lower back here. Roll the shoulder blades towards each other, pull the elbows in, and draw the belly button in. Next, we're going to ground through all 10 toes and allow the hips to press forward, maybe looking up, but only if it's okay with your neck. Keep softening the shoulder blades towards each other, bringing the elbows in and sucking in the belly. And come back to neutral. This time I'm going to interlace the fingers, peel down the shoulders, lift the heart up. Pause here. If it's in your practice, press the hips forward, shift the weight into the balls of the feet, and let the heels lift away from the floor. Draw the heels back down, soften the knees, start to hinge forward. Bow the head or the crown of the head towards the floor, drape the arms overhead. If your shoulders are tight, you can soften the elbows. If that still feels uncomfortable, you can bring your hands to your low back, or you can reach for opposite elbows, but try to point the crown of the head towards the mat. And then release the hands all the way down towards the mat. As you breathe in, slide the hands up the shins, gaze forward, pressing the chest out in front of you. Exhale, soften the knees, fall back down. And again, inhale, lifting to a flat back. Exhale, coming down. This time I'm going to jet plane the hands behind you as you breathe in and hold. Flatten the back, gaze down. Then send the hands forward as you breathe out. Soften the knees, plug the shoulders back, engage the belly. Hook your thumbs together, spread the fingers, reach all the way up as you breathe in. Slide the shoulders down into your back pockets. Bring your hands to heart center as you breathe out, drawing the hands back towards the heart. Inhale, reaching overhead. Bring the hands together. Exhale, draw the hands to heart center. Shift the weight into your left foot. Raise the right knee, flex the right foot, and guide it out to the side. So press into your left big toe for balance. Come back to neutral. Extend the leg out in front of you, and then with the toes, right toes dialing in, hinge forward and slide your right leg back, Shining the chest forward. Put a micro bend into that left knee. Extend the hands, or keep them at heart center. Engage the belly, bring your hands back to the heart, and bring yourselves back up to standing. This time we're going to shift the weight into that right leg. Draw the shoulders over the hips, pick up the left knee, flex the foot, lengthen the spine, and then maybe guide that left knee out. And then slowly bring it back in, extend the leg, and pendulum swing your left leg behind you this time. Put a micro bend into your right knee, stabilize the right foot, retract the shoulders, maybe release the hands. I'm here for 3, 2, 1. Bring the hands to the heart center, coming back to standing. Take a big inhale as you reach overhead. Exhale, folding forward, soften the knees and hold. So just staying in ragdoll. Soften the knees, relax the shoulders. And then start to widen the feet away from each other. Take the feet wider than the hips. Keep your knees nice and soft, letting your belly drape in between the thighs. Maybe taking our 2 peace fingers around our big toes. If we can't reach there, we'll take our hands to the shins, maybe all the way up just below the knees. Wherever you are, let your hips start to lower by bending the knees. Gaze out in front of you as you inhale. And then fold forward, straighten the legs as you exhale. Elbows turn out if you peace fingers around the big toes. Then your next inhale, lower the hips, lift the heart, spin your elbows inward, gazing forward. Exhale, fold, bending the elbows out. One more time, inhaling here. Exhale, rounding through. We're going to release the hands, soften the feet back into a more neutral position, and take the hands up the shins one more time. This time holding, shining the chest forward, before softening the knees and folding back down. Drag your fingers out in front of you as you inhale. Spread the fingers, extend the hands, fold back in as you exhale. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, reaching out in our monkey pose. Maybe the heels lift, stretching through the backs of the legs. Exhale, fold. I'm going to see how high and how far we can extend the hands out as you inhale. Maybe all the way out in front of you, shoulders back. Heels might lift or stay grounded. Exhale, fold back in. Draw the hands to the waist, tuck the chin, roll yourselves back up to standing. I'm going to step the right foot forward. Pick up the back knee. Pick up that back foot rather. So you want your weight in that front right leg. I'm just going to rock back, ground the right heel, let all the toes lift. Spread the toes wide. And then ground that right foot back into your mat. A little bit of softness in the knee. And we're going to extend the left leg. Open the chest. And when you're ready, come back to standing. This time your left foot steps forward. You're going to hinge forward, soften the back knee. Let your right heel lift. Let your your right thigh turn inward. And then come undone. Let the left toes come up. Spread the toes out nice and wide. And as you ground through that foot this time, your right leg extends back. Press the chest forward. And come back to neutral. Just slowly find your way all the way to the front of your mat. Hook the thumbs together in front of your body. Engage the belly. You're going to press the arms up and back, taking a slight back bend, drawing the shoulders into your back pockets. And then bring the hands back to heart center. Interlace the fingers here. And bring the toes together. And just extend the arms overhead and try to lengthen here. Soften the shoulders, drawing the belly, pressing the hips forward as you look up. And coming back to neutral. Just extending the arms over towards that right side. And coming back to neutral. Extend the arms over to the left. Come back to neutral. Bring your hands back to heart center. And take a step out with that left foot. I'm going to shift the left foot more towards the left. I'm going to shuffle the right foot over to the right a little bit more as we set up for our warrior one. So we're going to start by grounding through that back heel and making sure that our feet are on a separate track. They're not on the same line because it's going to challenge the balance a little bit more than you need to for warrior one. So we're going to ground through the back heel and allow your left toes to point towards 11 o'clock. Then try to square your hips so both hip points are facing forward. We're going to anchor that right foot, bend the right knee, ground the left foot. Hips are squared. Inhale the arms overhead, soften the shoulders down into your back body. Goalpost the arms out as you exhale. Rotate the trunk towards the front, and then reach the arms back up for warrior one, holding here. And spread your fingers. Relax the shoulders. Maybe spin the elbows in, ground through the back heel, sink into the front right knee. So by pushing into that left heel, really pressing into that left knee, we're kind of helping to press the hips forward. So dial that right hip back and the left hip forward. So option to gaze up as you breathe in, maybe sink a little bit deeper. Then pushing firmly into the back heel, take your arms forward. Pause here. And reach back up. Inhale, maybe gaze up. Exhale, take the arms forward. Plug the shoulders back. This time, inhale at the top, holding the breath. Start to open out to warrior two on the exhale. So that might mean adjusting the feet a little bit, maybe take a wider stance. This time, let your hips and chest open towards the left. Let your left toes point more towards the side. Sink back into that right knee and look over the right hand. Shoulders down into your back body. going to shoot the fingers out, roll the left hip back, and glide the right knee forward. And then anchor the feet. I'm going to straighten the legs. Inhale the arms overhead, softening our shoulders. Exhale back into warrior two. And twice more. Inhale, reach overhead, straightening your front knee. Exhale, open back to warrior two. Maybe sink a little lower. One more time. Inhale, reaching. And exhale, opening to warrior two. I'm going to gaze over the right hand. Peel the shoulders down. Pull the belly in. And flip your right palm over and offer it forward before taking it back. So try to maintain that bend in your front knee, the length in your back leg, reaching the right arm over. So maybe that left hand floats forward, extends out in front of you like you're saying stop. And straighten that front knee again. Extend the left arm up and take a hold of your right wrist. So both knees are straight. Option to turn the left toes in a little bit. You're going to anchor the feet and pull the right wrist back. And from here, we're going to tee both arms out. And just place ourselves between two imaginary sheets of glass. We're going to be as flat as we can, as flat as possible. I'm going to shift the left hip back, anchor the feet, relax the shoulders. You're going to reach out as you breathe in, but come back as you breathe out. And again, inhale, reaching. And exhale, coming back. On your next inhale, extend as far forward as you can. On the exhale, we're going to let the hand come down. Right hand to shin, left fingers plugging towards the ceiling. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. And try to press your chest and your hips forward a little bit more. And of course, you got the option of placing that right hand higher up the leg, or maybe taking the right hand to a block. Making sure we place the block on the outside of the right foot if we're using our blocks. Just keep spiraling your chest open. As you gaze down, soften the right knee, bring your left hand underneath the shoulder, all the way to the mat. Pick your back heel up and sink your hips down. Option to drop the left knee all the way down, or we can keep that back knee lifted. Draw your belly in, keep this right foot grounded, and open the right hand towards the ceiling. And take a nice big inhale, see if we can deepen that twist. And on the exhale, we're going to come undone. And just find yourselves in the runner's lunge. So lower that back knee if it's lifted. And just slowly sink back to lengthen through that right leg. And beginning to curl the toes in if you want a slightly deeper stretch. Come back into your lunge. Tuck the back toes, pick up that back knee. We're going to plant the hands on either side of our right foot and slide the right foot back for a plank pose. So to modify your plank, lower the knees, soften the elbows in, draw the shoulders back. Then we're going to keep the elbows into the ribs and just bring the chin and chest towards the floor. If you want to come down to your belly, you can. You're going to slide through, lift the chest away from your mat, tuck your toes, press back into your down dog. This time we're going to lift both heels as we inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lifting. Draw the belly in and put a little bend in the knees as you breathe out. I'm going to press and lengthen the arms so that your chest moves towards your thighs. And push the heels back down. And hop, step, or walk your feet up towards the hands. Find yourselves back in that forward fold. Draw the chin towards the chest. As you breathe in, slowly coming up. Bring the shoulders to your ears. Slide the shoulders down into your back body. You're going to reach overhead as you inhale. And exhale the hands to heart center. And keeping that right foot where it is. Actually, no, keep that left foot over to the side. Take your right foot back. So setting up for that warrior one stance again. We're going to anchor the back heel. So this time our right toes point towards 1 o'clock. Our hips face towards the top of our mat. And the bend is in your front left knee. Drive the arms overhead for warrior one. Ground your back heel. Soften the shoulders. An option to sink a little bit deeper and gaze up if it feels okay. But peel the shoulders down. And then inhale here. Exhale, hinging forward. Inhale back. Exhale, hinging forward. One more time. Take an inhale as you come up. We're going to open out to warrior two on the exhale. So adjust the feet. Take a wider stance if that feels good. Sink back into that left knee. Look over the left hand. Shoulders down into your back pockets. Inhale, flip your palms overhead. Exhale, sink back to warrior two. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, lower. Once more, inhale. And exhale. Then a pause here. Gaze over the left hand. Roll your right hip back. Slide your left knee forward. And just go ahead and flip your left palm over. Reach forward. And then take the left arm back, reversing our warrior. Straighten that front knee. Extend the right arm up to meet the left. And then take the left wrist in your right hand and draw it towards the back of your mat. And tee the arms back out. Soften the shoulders. Engage your belly. Shift your right hip back. Exhale. Come back. Hand. Fingers. Soften. Try to push chest forward. Maybe that right hand. Keep grounding your right heel. Gaze down as you breathe out. Draw your right hand all the way down to the mat, bringing it underneath your shoulder, bending your left knee, and floating your back heel. So sink the hips down, and if you need to, the right knee can come down to the mat. And then take a twist to the left. So imagine you're trying to bring our belly button towards that left thigh. You're trying to hug that left thigh in towards the midline. And then come undone. So you're going to frame that left foot, drop the back knee, and then just shift back to lengthen and straighten your front leg. You can curl the toes in if you want that deeper stretch. And eventually you're going to shift forward again, tuck the back toes, pick up that back knee, plant the hands. And so I'm going to step back to a plank position. So as you inhale, option to keep the knees lifted or draw the knees down, hug your elbows in. Exhale, lower to your belly or to a hover. Inhale, press away from the mat, lifting your heart. And on the exhale, press back into your down dog. So options here to take that right leg up, flex the foot, put a bend in the knee, and try to guide the knee up towards the ceiling. Try to square your shoulders. You've seen your practice, you can try to look over that left shoulder to see the right foot. And keep the arms nice and long. The focus is on opening that right hip. Inhale, straightening the leg. On the exhale, draw the right foot down. And draw the left leg up as you breathe in, flex the foot, bend the knee, opening the hip up towards the ceiling, and then squaring the shoulders. Maybe turning to look over that right shoulder, see if you can find the left foot. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower. Draw both knees to the mat. Untuck the toes, sink the hips all the way back, and just reach your arms back so your palms are facing up. Drape the chest and belly over the thighs, and bring the forehead to the mat. And slowly come undone. We're going to roll ourselves back up. And bringing the glutes off of the heels. Tuck the toes. Take your fists. And bring the fists to your low back. Press the shoulder blades and elbows towards each other. Suck the belly in. Engage the glutes and start to push your hips forward. Maybe looking up if it's okay with your neck. And slowly come undone. So I'm going to take one last hip opener before we come all the way down to your backs. So just turn lengthways on your mat. And if you need extra padding, you can always fold your mat in half or place a towel or two or a blanket or a pillow underneath the knees. And just work your knees as wide as comfortable for you. We're going to send the knees out. And if you can, try to flex the feet so your knees are in line with the heels. So settling into our frog pose, opening through the hips. I'm going to walk the hands forward and come down to the forearms. And interlace the fingers here, relax the shoulders, some slight engagement in the belly, and just start to move back and forth, shifting forward, pressing back. Just flowing with your breath. Inhaling forward and exhaling back. And try to push the hips back a little bit more, and as you shift forward, try to draw the inner thighs closer to the mat, closer to the ground. If it's in your practice, an option to continue moving, or as you shift forward, you can try to hold. So use your forearms as your support or as your brakes, and just allow the inner thighs to melt towards the mat, the belly to move closer to the ground, and just hold here. And anchor through the forearms, press the hips back one more time. And then transition up to our hands, bringing the hands back under the shoulders. And to come undone, if your feet are flexed, point the toes instead of curling the toes in. And one knee at a time, allow that one knee to slide in, bring the other knee in, transition to a seated position at the front of your mat. Just gradually take it all the way down to your back. You've got both knees bent. I'm going to stack the right thigh over the left. Bring the knees in. Draw the belly in. And see if you can reach for your shins or for your heels. And try to pull the heels towards. Ground both feet again. Press the hands alongside the body. Keep your feet about hip distance apart. As you inhale, press your hips up towards the ceiling, engaging the glutes. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lifting, pressing up even higher. And exhale, lower. I'm going to press up and hold as you breathe in. Slide the hands underneath the glutes. Palms are facing down, and then let you just sit on top of your knuckles. So I'm going to bring the hips down, extend the legs out. Then lifting the back of the head, try to walk onto your elbows, onto your forearms. Try to bring your elbows closer together. And start to arch your lower back. Puff up your chest. If it's okay with the neck, you can gaze back. So expanding the chest, bringing the shoulder blades and the elbows in, arching the lower back, pointing the toes. So opening the heart and lifting as we breathe in. Start to come undone as you breathe out. So you're going to release all the way down. And you can bring the knees in one more time, thighs together, stir in one direction. Pause, and go in the other direction. Draw the belly in, bring the knees in, squeeze everything. And soften as you exhale. Maybe draw. And just let the knees fall all the way to the other side. And turn. Keep that left shoulder ground. To extend your legs straight back out. Separate the feet. Bring your hands back beside you. Allow your shoulders to feel heavy. Your legs, head, arms to feel heavy. Create space between your arms. Bring your awareness back. Just gently fill up on your next inhale. Soften everything as you exhale. And pause. Start to squeeze your feet in your belly, your glutes, face and thighs. Take a nice big inhale. Squeeze a little tighter and breathe in again. Let everything go. Breathing out. Spreading the fingers, spreading the toes. Just coming back to our regular breathing for these next few moments. So relax the jaw, separate the lips.